That trader is none other than Mr. Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. So, Scott, looking nice and snowy out there. Hope you have been enjoying the slopes. I know you have.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so what do you think about this block situation back down to pre-COVID levels like so many other growth tech companies?
Yeah, so I'm going to call it square for now.
That's fine.
It is definitely one of my top three stocks, companies out there on my conviction list for the long term. Now, that doesn't make it a good trade for right now, but for the long term, you have to own this stock. You and Pat both made two excellent points.
I smell a put seller.
There you go. Pat number one said it almost looked like capitulation time, where the volume down at that pre-COVID level was massive. And I totally agree with that. I picked up on that. And then you said, wow, maybe this is a level where someone comes in to buy them. And I love both of those points. They're two of my talking points. So the trade I'm going to talk about right now, I actually sent it to you guys just, 20 minutes ago when the stock was down almost near those opening levels here. So what I want to do, Oliver, and again, this is a trade. It is not an investment. I do want to own this thing for the long term. But for a trade for the print here, I am selling the April expiration, so it's April 14th, 75.65 put spread. I want to collect around $3.50. Now, right here, after the stock has rallied a little bit, it's a little bit less than that. But that's the level I'm looking at. And the reason why I want to sell that put spread is if the stock breaks lower, okay, I am not afraid to be put the stock if it breaks somewhere in that 75 to 65 range. My break even on this is 71.50. If it goes below that, I am happy to own the stock down there.
Okay, so there it is. So sell at 75, buy at 65, and take the approach that maybe the worst is past for this, simply put, right? That, hey, maybe it can drift a little bit lower, but this is not going to have an explosive report downward like we've seen with some of these other trades.
It doesn't look that way to me. And again, the fact that what Pat brought up about that, whether it was capitulation or not, but that massive amount of volume at that area that you were talking about, the pre-COVID highs around 85, that is huge. He also mentioned the RSI, right? This thing had been so massively oversold, starting to turn a little bit. Is that going to continue? That's why I love this setup. Again, this is a trade. It's not an investment. There's lots of things, lots of ways you can go about trying to, whether you're trying to pick a bottom or look at an area where you're saying, you know what, I don't mind owning the stock at that level. This is one of those ways to do that.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. And we'll see what happens on the report. Anything's been possible in this market to punish companies that have been out of favor, but the return back to pre-COVID level for Square, you'd think has got to be some kind of line in the sand, at least for a day, if they don't totally mess up on this report. Right. All right, thanks, Scott. Enjoy the fresh pow.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.